The FBI moved a federal investigation of former Democratic Representative Eric Swallwell from inquiry to compulsory searches, executing 2 judicially authorized warrants about 24 hours apart and taking his personal phone and laptop for forensic examination. No criminal charges have been filed, and the affidavit explaining probable cause remains sealed. The warrants were obtained through standard federal process. The fieldwork was handled by FBI agents and federal prosecutors, with the Attorney General's role described as overall supervision without a direct operational part in the seizures. Calendar verification confirms August 16, 2026 was a Saturday and August 17 was a Sunday. The airport seizure happened at 8:25 p.m. on Saturday, August 16, and the home search followed the next day. The public papers cite 18 U.S.C. Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law and other offenses. The statute applies when a person acting under official authority willfully deprives someone of constitutional rights and in severe cases can carry up to life imprisonment. In this context, it is being used for a federal civil rights inquiry that can encompass sexual assault in the official power setting. The specific conduct investigators believe may violate the statute is not disclosed while the affidavit is sealed. Descriptions of the seizure varied at first. The public inventory returned to the court resolves the airport seizure to the white iPhone, MacBook Pro, and charging equipment. Swallwell cooperated and was not arrested or detained beyond the brief airport stop. Beyond the airport inventory, no additional inventory for the Washington, D.C. residence was found in searchable public federal court records, and reporting does not specify what, if anything, was recovered there. The forensic review has no public timeline and no results have been released. Any examination is confined to what the warrants authorize. Standard practice is to image the devices and review communications and location information only as it relates to the civil rights theory cited to obtain the warrants. The central named accuser is Lana Drews, rendered as Lana Drews in some notes, a former model who worked with brands including Marc Jacobs and Juicy Couture and later worked as a fashion and software entrepreneur associated with companies including Global Fashion Data and Style Trust. At an April 14, 2026 press conference with attorneys Lisa Bloom and Eric Fudali, she alleged that in 2018 Swallwell met her socially and professionally, invited her to public and political events while his wife was pregnant, and on a third occasion while heading to an event stopped at his West Hollywood area hotel for paperwork. She said after one glass of wine she became incapacitated and unable to move, then was raped and choked until she lost consciousness, stating she thought she had died and did not consent. She said she did not undergo a rape kit at the time but disclosed contemporaneously to close people, recorded it in a journal and calendar, and later discussed it in therapy at a sexual assault center. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department opened an investigation into her claims. Separate reporting documents additional allegations from multiple other women, including a former staffer alleging 2 non-consensual encounters, one while employed around 2019 and another in 2024 in New York while intoxicated. At least 4 women have confirmed they were contacted by the FBI, and parallel inquiries by the Manhattan District Attorney's Special Victims Division have been referenced. Swallwell denies assaulting anyone and denies criminal conduct while acknowledging unspecified past mistakes in judgment. There was no on-the-record comment from him or his counsel on the weekend searches and the major coverage, and the Department of Justice had no immediate response. Campaign funds have previously been used to pay law firms whose representatives did not respond to requests for comment in recent coverage. Swallwell was the Democratic Congressman for California's 14th District in the East Bay. He resigned in April 2026, announced around April 13th and effective around April 14th, amid the misconduct accusations that also ended a leading bid for California governor. California State Senator Aisha Wahab, a Democrat, won the August 18, 2026 special election runoff to fill the remainder of the term through the new Congress in 2027. On a separate track on or about August 17, 2026, the White House released previously restricted FBI records from a decade-old counterintelligence investigation known as Freshman 15 into Christine Fang, also known as Fang Fang, a Chinese national suspected of ties to China's Ministry of State Security. The release followed declassification and was promoted through a transparency task force. The 2015 to 2016 interview materials state Swallwell told FBI agents he had hooked up and had physical relations with Fang on a handful of occasions, casual rather than a romantic relationship, last around March 2015, including one occasion after taking Ambien, that Fang assisted with fundraising and placing interns, and that investigators examined possible straw or conduit donations. That matter was previously closed without charges by the FBI and Department of Justice and reviewed and cleared by the House Ethics Committee after Swallwell cut contact following a defensive briefing. His counsel has said the records confirm no wrongdoing and no basis for charges. Reporting treats that release as historical and coinciding with but not publicly linked by evidence to the sexual misconduct seizures. The practical consequence now is forensic. Investigators hold the white iPhone and MacBook Pro, and any charging decision will turn on what imaging and analysis shows within the limits the court set. For people who reported harm, including Drews and other women contacted by investigators, the escalation signals the claims are being treated as a criminal civil rights matter worthy of compulsory process. For the former representative, who has already lost his seat and a campaign, the seizure creates legal exposure without a charging decision to contest. Whether any charges will be filed and on what specific facts, whether the D.C. warrant will be filed publicly, whether courts will unseal the California affidavit, and how parallel state investigations in Los Angeles and Manhattan will relate to the federal case remain unresolved while the affidavit stays sealed. Like and follow for more stories that matter.